AI, Gen AI, right? This is targeting the white-collar jobs. So are you guys in banking and we guys as consultants, are we still there in 10 years or will we all be dead, right? This is what we are going to talk about.
Wow. I mean, that's a very compelling proposition. And what are you seeing in Switzerland right now? Because you have a very special role because you see lots of industries. So what are you seeing right now? What's happening?
I would say, what's going on in the world goes on in Switzerland, right? And vice versa to a certain extent, but it's more the other way around. There's a lot of technology which is coming and typically changes businesses, but this time I think it's impacting all the businesses in terms of reinvention of businesses triggered by AI. And we're seeing it at a speed which I have never seen before.
Yeah. The word you use there is reinvention. I think that's really important. It does feel like one of those moments in time where, a bit like the Industrial Revolution, there's a series of progressions and then there's a step change. And it very much feels like that. How do you see most people or most companies reacting to that?
More companies are picking up exactly that thinking and thinking, okay, how can I really reinvent my business versus how can I incrementally improve it? So many companies are still, also making themselves ready, for this journey, which is not an easy one because it will change completely the way the employees are working. You need to have your data. If you don't have your data ready, you're not going on this journey. But I think we're at the beginning of it.
It must be incredibly exciting for you personally to be working. I mean, you're very lucky in this job, in this industry, in your position at this time, because 15 years ago, it would have probably just been doing the same thing every day, whereas now every day must feel different.
It's an interesting aspect. I mean, I'm always feeling privileged, right? Because in our job, I think we need to stay a bit on top of the new opportunities which technology is bringing for our clients. And as you're saying, right, so this time this is really big. AI and Gen AI, for some jobs, it might completely change the architecture our job looks in the future. If you think about Gen AI in a sense of enabling product development for physical products, or Gen AI driving content, Gen AI to drive the development of new drugs in life science. So, there's a lot out there, right? And it's really exciting. While as individuals, as humans, we are thinking linearly, right?
Yeah.
We're thinking our job, how will it be automated? It's the wrong question, right? Some activities will be automated, but we will have new ones we don't do today. They might be much more exciting than some of the boring stuff we do today.
Yes.
And that might be supported by the machine, right? So I think this is an opportunity, but it's a big step to do for organizations. Yeah, and also for us, right? It's not like it just changes the work for our clients. It also changes our own work.
Yeah. Have you been to AssetRush before? Have you attended AssetRush?
I think 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay, and what's your impression? What's your understanding of AssetRush? Just intriguing.
It brought together, a community which is a bit different than, if you would say, the typical banking community. It is a lot of entrepreneurial spirit in the room because it's also, people are talking about how technology, again, can help to make certain things possible which were not possible before.
What would you say to people? I know you don't know exactly what you're going to talk about, but what would you say to people as a reason to say, do you know what? I'm not going to get a glass of wine. I'm going to listen to Marco.
AI, Gen AI, right? This is targeting the white-collar jobs. So are you guys in banking and we guys as consultants, are we still there in 10 years or will we all be dead, right? This is what we are going to talk about.
Wow. That's a very compelling proposition, I have to say. I think one of the things I love about the AI, and maybe this is the old socialist in me, but every other major technological advancement in history has generally replaced the working classes. It's replaced the laborers. It's replaced their jobs. And this is one of the first technologies, maybe the first, that is actually replacing the white collar, the middle classes. It's the first time they are being threatened in this way.
It's the first time I can remember that we are starting from the more unstructured, undefined jobs versus the repetitive, process-driven things. Management people are feeling they're getting personally impacted. And I'm a big believer that the jobs will be much more interesting in the future.
Yeah.
And we will create, not just better products, better services, but also better jobs, right? I'm personally fully convinced of that.
Fantastic. What a lovely way to end.